everyone, it's Dr. Helen here, and we're on day 3 of my 5-day program of essential wellness, and today it's all about our emotional health, and we probably need it more than ever. And there's lots of stuff going on obviously in the world, and you know, we don't have an awful lot of control over that, and what we do have a control over is obviously following the guidance, and it's really important that we do so, but we do have control over how we respond to what is happening and how we deal with it. And by taking control of that, it can really help us both in the short term and the long term as we go through the new year. And essential oils are a great way of doing that and helping you cope with different things, helping you calm, helping you relax. And I'm going to talk to you about 4 of the oils that are really good for doing that. There's loads of oils that are good for that, but these are sort of the top 4. And we're actually going to be using these oils in a 7-day mood management experience that's going to be going on in a couple of weeks. And this is run by myself and 3 other wellness advocates. We're all experienced healthcare professionals. So you've got me, a doctor, there's a paramedic, an ICU nurse, and a nurse turned nutritional therapist. So you're in really, really safe hands. And we're going to be giving you lots of strategies and tips in order to support your mental health and show you how to use these 4 oils that I'm going to be talking about this evening. And you're going to be in a supportive group where there's going to be lots of education. You know, like I said, different strategies, but also recipes, how to use food to cope with your mood, how to use these oils effectively in order to optimize the positive emotions that you want to experience and help to reduce the negative ones that we don't want to have. So, you know, I will put the link for that in the comments or on the main post so you can join that. So it's going to be it's in a private group and everyone's going to be supporting each other. So let's start with the first oil. So the first oil is lavender. Now, lavender is a wonderful oil. Unfortunately, it's actually the oil that's probably the most adulterated of all of them, with about 78% of lavender actually is found not to be pure. And the doTERRA oil is very special. This is actually being used in clinical trials in a hospital in America, and they've used the doTERRA one because of its doTERRA's attention to purity, because all these oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. They go through a whole battery of tests, and I mean chemical analysis, not sort of animal tests, because doTERRA are committed to not experimenting on animals. But what this means is they're done by in-house in doTERRA. They're also third-party testing as well, so we know that what's in the bottle is pure, and there's no contaminants in it, and it does exactly what it says on the bottle. And when you're doing clinical trials, it's very important that the standard is high and it remains the same, because obviously you are assessing something and you can't assess that if there's a variant in the actual item that you're assessing. So we know that the lavender is absolutely wonderful. Now, lavender is brilliant. It promotes balance, and it actually goes to wherever it is needed. It's known as an enhancer, so anything that lavender is paired with, it enhances the effects of, and it promotes a sense of general well-being. Now, there's been lots of trials done, and people found that when they were inhaling lavender, it actually meant that they had better mental clarity and could actually complete maths tasks, for example, far more quicker, and felt more relaxed doing so as well. They also did another trial with lavender where it was applied to intensive care nurses topically, and they found that there was a significant reduction in the stress as well. So lavender really is a fantastic oil. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is wild orange, and this is one of my particular favourites. It's actually in my water here. Now, the wild orange, many of our oils can actually be used internally, and again, I'm talking about the doTERRA oils because we know that these are pure and these are actually able to be taken internally. So don't do that with any other oils. This actually has a food grade on it, and it's designed, you know, it's for a load of benefits, either aromatically, topically, or internally. And so wild orange is a great one to take internally in your water because it's very calming and uplifting. So I particularly like to drink this throughout the day, but also when I'm on my shift as an A&E doctor, I always have it in my water bottle because I find it very uplifting. But it's also it's a great drink. It tastes really good as well. And what they found in a trial actually was when this was diffused at a dentist. So these are independent studies as well. These are not studies that are done by doTERRA. This is actual studies that are in the literature, and you can see. But they found that people actually coped with trips to the dentist better when wild orange was diffused. It's also a very nice oil for decreasing anxiety when you inhale it, and it smells, if you can imagine sitting in an orange grove and just having that beautiful aroma wafting over you. That's wild orange. So the next one I'm going to choose is Balance Blend. This is actually a blend. It's a blend of spruce, hoewood, blue tansy, frankincense, German chamomile, osmanthus, and it's also got fractionated coconut oil in it. And you can apply it, you don't have to blend it with a carrier oil for that reason. It's a fantastic blend, and the oils that they've chosen are all ones that are ideal for reducing anxiety and promoting balance. So it promotes calmness and peace, and it brings balance to the body and mind, and it means that the body and the mind is harmonized, so it gives you a sense of tranquility. It works really effectively when you rub it on the bottom of your feet, 6 drops for example, but also over your heart and your wrists and other pulse points, and so you get the systemic benefits as it goes into the bloodstream, particularly things like the frankincense, but also the beautiful aroma is very calming as well. It's very nice in a diffuser. And this was one of the oils that doTERRA's Healing Hands Foundation actually donated to the A&E where I work for our quiet room, and we have that in the diffuser a lot, so people can go in, and as soon as you go in the room, it's a very peaceful room. It's been designed for that in mind, but you get enveloped into this beautiful aroma, this calming and soothing aroma. So it's a really beautiful oil. And then the fourth one is Adaptive. Now I like all of them. I use Balance every day actually, it's one of my faves, but Adaptive I find really interesting because it's an oil that doTERRA specifically blended for dealing with stress and anxiety, and they chose all the oils that have been studied extensively for their ability to relieve feelings of stress and anxiety that certainly build up during the day. And it's a blend of wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, neroli, sweet gum, and it's also got fractionated coconut oil in it as well. So it's, you know, again, you can just pop it straight on your skin. And it's been found to have the ability to reduce anxiety even during stressful situations. And in a clinical trial that doTERRA actually did, they had 2 rooms with volunteers in both these rooms being diffused. One was diffused Adaptive, the one was diffused something else, and they were having ever increasing complexity of math problems to solve, and they had a whole range of different age groups from 12 right up, and they kept swapping between the rooms. And what they found was that people, when they were in the room that was being diffused Adaptive, felt more relaxed, but they also found that their ability to cope with the task was also increased. So it had this really great effect. So, you know, absolutely fantastic for coping with stressful situations. Now, Adaptive is an oil that's really great to inhale. It's also great topically, and I like to apply it just on the back of my neck so it gets absorbed into the systemic circulation. Now, the great thing about this is it's got copaiba in it. Now, copaiba is a very interesting oil, and it works on the endocannabinoid receptors, particularly CB2, and it doesn't have the psychoactive effects that CBD oil has. And I'm actually not a fan of CBD oil because I've seen a lot of complications with it, with people taking it, and it actually enhancing symptoms and not relieving the ones that they wanted. And the thing is with the copaiba is obviously it's all thoroughly tested for purity, so you know what you're getting. But the smaller compounds in the copaiba from the beta-caryophyllene, the sequestapines, have been actually found to cross the blood-brain barrier, so they get directly into the limbic system and work exactly where they need it to process our, where we process our emotions. And that's the great thing about sort of essential oils in general. So they work, we've all got aromas that we associate with good and bad. I mean, I'm sure as all of us, if we smell vomit, we immediately want to be sick. But there's other aromas that we find particularly comforting. If we go into a supermarket and smell a loaf of bread, for example, it might be chocolate. That's certainly one of mine. But, lavender makes us feel soothed. So we all have these different emotions associated with aromas. And so, again, so that's how, the aroma of essential oils work in one way. But the other way as well is as we inhale the oil, so we pop a drop on our hand. So this is Adaptive, and I rub my hands together and inhale it, the small molecules go up into the nostrils. They go up to where the olfactory bulb is, that we inhale it, and we've got all the blood vessels that run at the side of the olfactory bulb, and the smaller compounds all get absorbed into the bloodstream and cross the blood-brain barrier, so you can actually get the effect of this oil and the compounds within this oil exactly where you need to go. So it has a really beneficial effect. And the same thing happens as well when you rub it at the back of your neck or anywhere on your body. It gets absorbed into the systemic circulation, but particularly at the back of the neck, because the skin's slightly thinner there, and you've got all the major blood vessels running there, so you get this absolutely brilliant effect. And it's a really quick, easy way to actually take an oil, inhale it, and immediately start to feel the benefits, so it gets it right where it's needed. So I hope that's answered some questions. I will post the link for the 7-day mood management experience. It's going to be a great week in a very supportive environment with everyone in the same boat, helping each other, and you're going to be getting real-time feedback and sort of real one-to-one support. So I'll post the link, and any questions, do shout in the comments and I will get back to you. Please stay safe, everyone. Take care. Bye.